Welcome to the Pure Performance Cafe. May I take your order?
Yes, I would like a shot of Pure Performance, please.
Coming right up.
Hello, this is another episode of Pure Performance Cafe. Opposite me, a smiling gentleman, Greg. Hi.
Hi.
Greg, as I said earlier, I've been spending at least 2 days now with you and your team here in Gdansk. Can you introduce yourself quickly, your full name, what you do at Dynatrace, and then we go a little bit into more details, what your team is really doing and then how it helps our customers?
Okay, so my name is Grzegorz Witczak, and I'm working for Dynatrace for 2.5 years now, and I'm a monitoring hero.
You're a monitoring hero, that's
yeah, so it's a self-assigned title.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically I'm a software developer here at Dynatrace, and it's now common to say that I'm a full-stack developer because we do here both backend and frontend and like everything that needs to be done. So it's usually the one person is just doing all the work in given subjects. So.
I like that. So basically we are all full stack application team developers, right? You're working on different features. What's the feature that you're mainly developing, that you're mainly working on?
Yeah, so I'm in the same team as Michał and Victor from previous podcasts, and we're working on both database agents, and the topic I'd like to talk now is the test automation module. So basically in 1 or 2 sentences, the test automation module is about monitoring tests and extending the functional tests like integration or unit tests with some additional measures like number of SQL queries or exception count. So if we monitor those additional measures, we get to know when the test is wrong and something is wrong, even if it's passing in JUnit or something.
So I have to say thank you to you and your team for actually implementing stuff that I've been promoting a lot over the years in my conference speeches. I call it shift left performance. And as you said, if you already have functional tests and they tell you functional green or red, why not take an APM tool like Dynatrace and look at these key metrics and then detect regressions on these metrics? Now, here's one thing that I want to ask you. With functional tools, it's easy because you have green or red. Red is bad, green is good, and it's functionality. But how if we have hundreds or thousands of tests and we now say, please look at these additional metrics? Do we force our customers to define thresholds for like how many database statements, how many exceptions, how many log statements they execute per test, or do we have a smarter approach to that?
Yeah, so doing it manually would be really, really crazy. In Dynatrace APM, we have the automatic baselining. So it works like this because you have to run your test a few times with APM, and after I believe the default is 5 test runs, we calculate the corridor and like just assume what should be the proper maximum and minimum value. So for example, if the test is always doing one database query, we assume that one query is okay, and if it goes up to a higher values, we create an incident and notice you that something is wrong.
Cool. That makes it obviously much easier because the only thing people really need to do is inject Dynatrace into the test automation, whether it's, I think you mentioned it, unit tests, or we also recently introduced testing on UE with like browser-driven tests using our UEM feature, and then we automatically baseline all these metrics across all the different builds.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Now, when we detect a regression, you said we do incidents, we trigger incidents, but I think another cool thing is that we can actually inject Dynatrace into existing pipelines. And pipelines are typical, and you had this in your presentation yesterday that you give at the meetup here, integrating into popular build servers. So can you just quickly tell us like what that really means? Like for instance, integrating with Jenkins?
Yes, so if we install the Jenkins plugin to our existing Jenkins instance, the Jenkins automatically creates the thing we call test run and register it in Dynatrace. So if we have this test run, the tests are monitored with Dynatrace APM, and we extract those metrics and provide them there, so they are visible in Jenkins, and we can see, of course, the functional metrics, so how many tests were passed and how many failed, but also where we saw the regression, and based on that we can just make our judgment whether the build is okay, or maybe we should reject it, mark it as failed, and just ask the developer to have a look at about those non-functional metrics, and maybe we can improve something or maybe test, or what we hope so, improve the code quality.
Yeah, cool. We just nailed it, I believe, because you said we are automatically providing non-functional regression metrics, and that's I think key, and automatically can fail the build in Jenkins. I believe we have a Jenkins plugin out there that we support. We also you guys have built a REST API that is very easy to use to, as you said, register a test run, but also get the data out later. Now I know that we also have some community plugins. I know Jan Swellens from Sofico. I had another podcast with him recently. He built the Jenkins Bamboo plugin, and I know another team is currently working on TeamCity and Team Foundation Server. That's also great. Cool. Greg, any final words about what makes you excited about maybe working in that team, whether it's working on test automation or DB agent? Anything else?
I think it's really cool to work with performance and to care about performance, because let's face the truth, most of the code that developers create are really have problems with quality, and they do things fast and in a dirty way, and it's really very, very helpful to have APM tool that would just point out the mistakes, and they are usually the same mistakes all over. And I think it's really exciting.
Cool, and you do it in a way that actually it makes everything automated. Yeah. So as a developer, you don't even need to learn all the internals of APM. It just works magically, integrated into the pipeline.
Yeah,
cool.
It's really magic and automatic.
Yeah, cool. Hey, thank you so much, and also thanks for continuing the local meetup scene here in Gdansk in Poland. The tech shares that we started yesterday here in the Dynatrace office will continue, and I'm sure there will be more sessions from you.
Yeah, I'm also sure about that.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.